What's going on YouTube, and welcome back to another Tyler Trades breakdown. I know it's been a week, guys. Let me update you on how my 100k challenge is going. So far, we're around 5.5% up on the account. Again, we hit kind of around 8.7%, so we really was close to passing. How we ended up having a little bit of a losing streak. But yeah, we're back at 5.5%. So let me break down all the trades I've taken this week and what's been going on in the past few weeks. All right, guys. So again, let's look at April so far. So again, we finished the month strong. Again, 1.6k for the first week, 2.4k for the second, making consistent 2k weeks. And then this is when we had that kind of a losing streak. This is totally normal, guys. Again, a lot of people get frustrated on times like this. This is when they over leverage, they don't manage their risk, and this is when they really fumble the bag. If the market conditions aren't optimal, I tend to reduce my risk on trades or completely just leave it. In this scenario, I probably should not have traded this entire 2 weeks, just because for my strategy, when market's kind of undecided, if I can't figure out the bias, whether it's kind of like bullish or bearish on that specific day, I tend to struggle with trading. So again, it is what it is. Like I said, the main thing is though, we finished the month off strong. So we had a solid kind of 5k month, or should I say 3 to 4k month minus the 2k here. And again, if we look at next month, so again, what's happening in May so far, currently, again, had that losing trade on Thursday. However, we had a big winner today, which I do want to go over. So again, back in profit for the month. Just want to be consistent with it. So again, monthly stats so far is up 1k, up 1%. And then we finished off April up 4.4k, which is around 4.4%. So it's not bad, you know. I cannot complain, guys. I was up 8.9k, which was annoying because I was so close to passing phase one. However, it is what it is. I can't, you know, control market conditions. I just have to trust that things will even out and just focus on taking good trades. Forget the monetary thing aside. Making 10% in a month is tough, guys. So these challenges are meant for you to kind of fail them. So I'm trying to be conservative with it. Once I actually get my first kind of few funded accounts, then I can get a bit more aggressive and like kind of risk a bit more of my trades. However, I'm just taking it slow. So far, April was a good month, 4.4%, currently at 1% on May. So again, let's dive in today's trade. Today, I took an Asia session trade. So again, I was up late at night because it was London time. I think I took my trade at like 3 or 4 a.m. So yeah, I was in bed on my phone doing it, but it was a beautiful trade. So let's dive straight into that analysis. All right, guys, so as you can see here, we have the 4-hourly chart on gold. As you can see, for my bias, when there's 2 breaks to the downside, this is clear bearish sentiment and I'm looking for sells, okay? As you can see, the reason why I took the last few losses in the last few weeks, if you can kind of see, price was consolidating. So it's kind of undecided, breaking to the upside, breaking to the downside. This area here, this is kind of the last few weeks where I was kind of like really taking some losses, guys. So again, in these times when price is undecided, try not to get chopped out. Best thing to do is avoid it. Or if you have a strategy that allows you to trade during consolidation, then great. However, in hindsight, I should probably not have traded the last week at all. But now we're getting that confirmation that cool, price wants to head down. We've had that 2 kind of breaks on the 4-hourly to the downside. Again, even on the hourly as well, it's the same thing. So the 1-hourly and the 4-hourly was bearish here. However, if we look now, price is starting to reverse. So break to the upside here and a break to the upside here on the 4-hourly. So right now, price is actually bullish coming in to Monday, okay? So the 1 hour and 4 hours bullish, I was looking essentially for buys. However, even though I'm looking for buys, it has to make sense. Right now, this is a massive 4-hour order block. It's also a daily order block. If I go to the daily, price is also in this kind of daily bearish order block, okay? So it's quite risky to be buying, especially when price has pumped up so much. If you go back to the hourly, you can kind of see before the Asia session. So again, when look, Monday hits, so Monday open, you can kind of see we're pumping, all right? We're already pumping into this kind of 4-hourly order block, okay? So because I noticed this, obviously as session open, we've pumped so high, we're already at premium. Ideally, this is not a good area to be buying at. Even though my bias is telling me 100% look for buys, it doesn't make sense, okay? So in this scenario, I'm looking at a counter trend trade, okay? I don't recommend doing this if you don't have experience in the markets. Trade with the trend. The trend is your friend. However, for me, Remember the basics, guys. Buy low and sell high. Right now, price has pumped up so much. If we again go to the 15-minute, just so you can see in the internal structure how bullish it was. So when it was open, so around Monday here, yeah, we were just pumping. Price was pumping, pumping, pumping. As you can see, we're starting to get this kind of rejection from this order block. So this kind of perked my interest. Because we pumped up so much, I wasn't willing to kind of buy here. I want to wait for price to come down to like an hourly order block below to look for a buy. I want it away from this kind of 4-hour order block. So having seen that, I go to the 5 minutes, guys. As price has tapped into my area of interest, looking for this counter trend now, I'm looking, so as price tapped into this 4-hour and daily order block, bearish order block, I'm looking for a break of structure, okay? So price has been internally bullish. It's breaking to the upside here, breaking to the upside, multiple breaks to the upside. Very, very bullish sentiment internally. I'm waiting now for a break to the downside, okay? And we have that break here. So again, we got that higher high, then lower high. Again, all of these kind of like little highs, then we didn't candle close above here. We broke structure to the downside. As you can see here, this was a break of structure, okay? Now, because we have that break of structure, there is liquidity resting above the order block, okay? I am waiting for this liquidity to be swept. I'm being very patient. All these 5-minute candles, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, it took about 30 minutes, okay, for it to finally grab liquidity. If you look on the smaller time frames, you might have been, trigger happy to sell or buy in this situation, right? You have to be patient, guys. Wait for everything to play out. If it doesn't play out the way you want it, do not take the trade. You want to be 100% committed to your strategy. And I knew that my strategy meant I had to wait and for this swing high to be swept in order for me to take the sell, okay? Another benefit of that is that, as you can see, we broke structure to the downside. Okay, we candle closed above this level. However, we did not create a new higher high above here, okay? If it did this, I probably would have avoided the trade. The sell would have been invalid for me. But because we created almost a lower high here, this gave me my confirmation of entry. I was confident now price would start to tank down. If we looked at the 15 minutes, it looked like we had a double top as well. So there was all the confluences telling me that there is going to be some sort of pullback, especially after gold has pumped up so much from the start of the session, okay? So because we had that breaks of structure to the downside, again, swept the swing high liquidity, we had a little break, pullback, and then stop loss made sense. I was confident in taking the sell. So I really went aggressive with it. I think I risked about like 1.5% on this trade. And yeah, I didn't take a 1 to 3 trade. I think I closed at around a 1 to 2 or 1 to 5 or something like that. So yeah, it was a good trade, guys. Honestly, I think I made 2.6k on that trade, as you saw on TradeZella. So yeah, if we go here, you can kind of see, yeah, 2.5. I took a other trade on gold, a few losses in the New York session. However, the actual trade itself was, look, 2.6k, okay? That was from 2 positions. Yep, amazing stuff. So again, that's kind of the sell setup I took. Again, guys, even though price was bullish, if we zoom out, we go to the 4-hourly. This was my analysis, guys, just so you can kind of understand where I'm coming from. If we look at it, the 1 hour and the 4-hour were both bullish. Price was in a 4-hour and a daily bearish order block, so the buy didn't make sense. And remember, buy low, sell high. That's the basics, guys. In this case, the counter trend trade made sense at that specific moment, okay? It was only a temporary sell. As you can see, to see this white bearish candle, that's essentially where my sell setup was. And obviously, once it hit a certain level, probably like an hourly order block or 15-minute order block, price shot back up, okay? So it was only very temporary. I knew that's the case. However, my strategy allows me to take counter trend trades as well, because it's, again, smaller stop loss. It made sense. It was entering, it swept the 4-hour swing liquidity as well. So this liquidity was a 4-hour swing liquidity as well. So again, very, good liquidity that was grabbed here. And we had that aggressive reaction down. And yeah, that was a sell setup, guys. So again, just wanted to show you that it is possible to kind of trade against the trend. However, I do not recommend it. I only recommend it if you are kind of confident and have had some experience in the markets. Other than that, I would have personally just waited for price to kind of pull back down to like a a 15-minute order block or some sort of like big order block, and then just ride the trend back up. You know, found an entry here and then just rode it back up. Yeah. But essentially that was my trade, guys. Again, this took me back up to, I think I was at 3% here. So this took me back up to 5.9%. Obviously in the New York session, I took like a little stab at gold and it just didn't work out. So it is what it is, but I'm very happy with getting my account back up, because incurring this losing streak, my psychology, guys, boy, when you're taking back-to-back L's, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I took seven losing trades in a row. That can mentally affect you. However, I've been in this position before, guys. I trust my strategy. I know my strategy suffers when the market is indecisive, when it's choppy, when those hourly candles are looking like very much doji candles. Yeah, and that was happening the last few weeks. Some trades as well I took that I followed to the plan and it just lost. So it is what it is. For me, that's still a good trade. But other trades, again, stupidly, in this scenario, when I'm taking these small losses, like these start to add up. So ideally, I should have just left it completely. But again, hindsight is a beautiful thing. You can never plan for these things. The good thing I want to see is the monthly stats, 4.4K for April. Moving on to May, so far up 1K. Cannot complain. I mean, right now, I'm showing that I'm a profitable trader. I just have to be patient, understand that phase one could take another month, but ideally I would love for it to kind of happen within the next 2-3 weeks. But like I said, guys, I'm being open, honest, transparent. I am not afraid to share my losses. It's part of the game, okay? All these traders that flex these high trade win rates and percentages is all bullshit. They're for me, losses are part of the game, okay? The market is unpredictable. You're going to take hits. However, as long as you're following a strategy, a process, simple steps by step that you can be mechanical with, but at the same time tweak it a little bit to market conditions, then you will guarantee success in the long term, providing that obviously risk management is in place and you're doing all the right things as a trader. But yeah, like I said, I'm not afraid to take losses, guys. It's part of the game. It just delays me passing this phase one. However, I've known that patience is king. In the past, I would have been so frustrated, especially in this scenario, probably would have over leveraged and just blown the account. But we didn't do that. We had such a strong start. We went almost back to break even, close to. We're only up 3% at some point, like around here. However, we trusted the process, we trusted the edge, and again, came back today with a big win. So looking forward to the future. Let's see if we can pass this phase one by this month, guys. Again, I'm being super conservative. I think it's good to do this because when you actually do get a funded account, guys, you have to be trading very conservative. You have to treat it like a business. You do not want to lose that account. That means you need to show that you can make profit in 1 month. And if the 1 month of trading is bad, you need to know how to manage risk and be able to keep that account and not lose your head. Because in this scenario, when the market conditions aren't favorable and you've got that funded account, you don't want to be pulling yourself into deep drawdown. You have to stay level-headed and manage risk accordingly. But yeah, like I said, once I get this one funded account or 2 funded account, guys, I've already got 1 funded account, 10K account. Once I pass this 100K account, I think I'll use the profits, hopefully, that I get from that funded account to obviously buy some more challenges. And then I can be a bit more aggressive with them. Then I can maybe like risk 2, 3, 4% on a trade just to pass it quick. And if I lose, I don't mind. It's just the profits I'm burning, you know. But your initial capital, I'm sorry, I'm not risking. Like, even though I spent £500 for this challenge, like, I want to ensure that I'm taking good trades and being conservative with it. If I can do that, I'm proving to myself, one, I'm not a gambler and I'm actually a profitable trader. So I've got data to back it that in April I've been a profitable trader, and so far in May I'm a profitable trader. I know I've shown that I can handle losses, I can manage losing streaks. So all of these things are telling me now that I have what it takes to be a profitable trader, because there's going to be days where you will lose, but you need to ensure those losses obviously do not outweigh your wins. So that's the update on the account, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this trade breakdown. Comment below what else you want to see. Again, ideally, I want to get this win rate back up. I want to get the profit factor back up. Yeah, it's just a matter of market conditions and being patient. But so far, cannot complain. I'm going to be trading the Asia session a lot more now. Again, this is why it's good to forward test and back test a lot. From my forward testing from the past trades, New York session has just been wild, like, you know, price action has been choppy as hell. I've only seen a lot of joy recently in the Asia sessions, so it makes sense now for me to focus on Asia. That means more late nights, but it is what it is. It's part of the game, innit? So yeah, man, I'll keep you guys updated, but that was just a little update for you guys. I know it's been like a week or two, but if you like this content, comment, like, and most importantly, subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you found this valuable as well, just leave a comment. It always helps with kind of like getting this video out there. And as always, I'll catch you all in the next one. For now, follow my Instagram, Tayo@Trades, and I'll catch you all in the next trade breakdown. Take care for now. Peace.